What's going on, everybody? My name's Tenebrous Infinite, and today we're going to be doing a read-through on the messages in a bottle that were added in the most recent update here for Generation Zero. These messages are filled with tons of spicy lore, from potential upcoming key important characters that we'll be potentially seeing in the future Generation Zero, to interesting expansions on set pieces, little tidbits of lore, and maybe even some gameplay features that we'll see down the road here. In the past, I was right about Veronica being a key player in the future of Generation Zero, so this time around, we'll see how close I am to being right about these new characters that are introduced, and these potential gameplay features. Hey Anders, I'm writing a note like I promised. Me and Mila arrived here in Leerbrigette without any trouble. You didn't need to worry, just like I told you. And also, hey, to anyone else who reads this, we're trying to communicate with these bottle things so that you will know what we're up to and stuff. You should do it too. It's actually quite nice to find bottles from other people you didn't know were out here. So, Amina of the Resistance here, recently joined and eager to fight if you wanted to know. We got the letter from Elsa yesterday, and man, are we ready to do this. It feels so good to know that there are, more people out there, and they're working together with us, making plans and stuff. Everyone in the Resistance is super friendly. Even Elsa seems like a super cool leader and also a nice person. I hope to meet her and the others once we carry out this mission. We're preparing to leave for Lorang, get the explosives, and make the machines go boom. We leave tomorrow, so come see us at the mountain when it's ours. Bad news. A stupid Biggie machine monster thingy came in the night and just blew our house right up. Thank God the others had placed lots of landmines, so we had time to get out of there and could take it out. But man, it was chaos. I didn't even know if the others survived or not, and there's still machines patrolling or whatever they're even doing. It's like they came here looking for us, stupid monster machines. Whoever finds this note, if you're in better condition than I am right now, that would be if your legs are uninjured enough to run, you need to carry out the mission. Please. We were going to make this place an actual home for people, with a real base and communication stuff. Please, even Elsa is counting on you. We need to make the stupid machines pay for this. So, Aamiina of the Resistance, right off the bat, we're getting a character that I seriously think we're going to run into later on in the story, whether or not it's through DLC or through some sort of a game update. She is way too likable of a character to not be included in the future. As well, I think that potentially she'll be another injured NPC, which would balance off of Anita. She would be like the spunkier version of Anita. That is, provided if she's still injured by the time we meet her. But the other thing as well, I think, and this is something that I don't have enough confidence to place a bet into, but Amina might also potentially be the Resistance fighter that we've seen in all of the promo material and the new home screen for Generation Zero for this Resistance update. Hello friend, thank you for stopping by our home, even if we're not here to meet you right now. If you have the time, please consider staying a while, and we might be back. The kids always talk about when they'll meet the champions again. You should hear the superhero stories they've come up with about all of you. Our favorite is probably when old Rika, champion of potatoes and earth, stared at the ground so determinedly that 700 potatoes plopped up all at the same time. Such a nice superpower to have. So don't be a stranger. We'll find something nice for you to snack on while listening to our kids' stories. That's a promise. But also we have some questions for all of you who travel more than we do. Have you seen any signs that more machines might be coming into the area? It used to be really quiet here, but now we hear them all through the night, waking the kids with those wall-trembling sounds. If you have any further information, we need to know about it. We would hate to leave just as the kids have actually started to laugh and play again. Those teenagers using a boombox to lure the machines to the old barn and shoot them almost had us running. But they apparently knew what they were doing and got all the machines killed. We survived that. just as we survive the initial chaos of this place. Life has actually been pretty good lately before the sounds started. Little Nikolai was so happy when he got to eat a whole can of pineapple for his birthday. You should have seen him. We're not as mobile as the others, so know that we're counting on you to tell us what you know. All the best. This one's really nice because it's just a bit of contextual information into the world of various people surviving through the current cataclysm. This instance is a family that's holed up at this benzo gas station and is just kind of trying to live as normal of a life as they possibly can out here. I don't think we have any key players here in this one, but we might potentially see this small little family pop up as NPCs at some point in the future. If we do see them show up, though, I don't think that they'll be, like, named or super important. But maybe we might see a side quest attached to them. Hey, so, I guess that if you came here looking for me, you've been wondering why I never came back. Which is totally reasonable, and I just hope that you all don't hate me. You are my friends. You are the only ones that I have left. But I couldn't lead these people to their deaths. I arrived at location Damtorp without problem, only to find 4 wounded and 3 missing. Went on a supply run and didn't come back, they say. This group is not fit to join the assault on the machines at the mountain. The 2 fully healthy adults are needed to tend to the others in the group and cannot be spared for a dangerous mission. We are currently hiding in the cave close to the house as a tank patrols the field outside. Hiding and listening to those heavy footsteps is taking its mental toll on these people. It's taking its mental toll on me as well. But we gotta stay smart. And there's a boy here, really good at telling the most comforting little stories. Listening to him makes this accursed world disappear, and I cannot describe to you how good that feels. We should seriously consider tasking someone in each camp with being a storyteller. I know I would love to hear what noble stories you'd come up with, Aamiina. As soon as the tank moves on, I'm taking these people to the boats to travel down the lake. I will stay with them as long as they need me. Our highest priority should be to protect the civilians after all, as you always go on about, Aamiina. So that's what I'm doing. Please don't hate me. I will pray that you only go through with the attack if you think you have an actual chance of surviving it. Don't do anything too heroic. Now, this one is really important here because it's not so much contextual information or even an important NPC that we'll see along the way, but this is something that really hints towards the future of Generation Zero and the way things are going to expand with base building. So, hear me out for this one, my dudes. Now, in this message, there is an explicit mention of needing a storyteller at every single base in order to keep the morale of resistance fighters up. This is huge, man. This is really crazy huge. So basically, that means that maybe in the future, we might see NPCs at our camp. And we might have to manage their morale, their kind of mental well-being as they go through the apocalypse here. And potentially we could assign certain NPCs to be these storytellers to boost the morale of the resistance fighters that we have at our base. Now, we could potentially get unnamed NPCs to serve as the storyteller at our base, or it could be the guy mentioned in this message, Aamiina. But personally for me, I don't really care who it is telling me this story. It could be freaking Gucci Mane. It just would be an awesome factor to have around the base. Honestly, between Message 2 and Message 3, you could see the carryover of the motif of storytelling lightening the mood here in the world of Generation Zero. And I think that that's really important. You know, again, I've said it before, lightning doesn't strike twice here. And from the messages that we read along the way here, we can kind of get a sense that the resistance members that we're going to be having around our base, potentially in the future, will be serving a lot of roles here. Now, we're going to be going into way more detail on this whole NPC thing, but we've got more of these messages to read through. But that's gonna have to wait for the next video, which will be coming out tomorrow. So definitely stay tuned for the next video on the Resistance messages in a bottle and all of the crazy lore that we're going to be unfolding along the way. Cheers, my dudes, and thank you so much for watching.